Okay, let's write the inequality to this graph. Okay, so this actually represents an inequality, and you can see here we have a number line. We have the number -3 for this particular example and 7. So we have two circles. This one is filled in and this one is not, and that tells us something. And then it's connected with this little line between this circle to this circle. So hopefully you're familiar with this type of graph. If you're studying inequalities in algebra, you absolutely need to understand this type of graph. What we want to do is write an algebraic kind of expression that represents this inequality. But what are we dealing with here? Well, I want to kind of get into more about inequalities here in a second, at least for this particular type. So this is something called a compound inequality. Okay, and a compound inequality deals with these words and, or. This word and, or. And in this particular problem, we're going to be dealing with the word and. So what this little yellow line, or in this particular example, this line from here to here is saying is that we want all numbers, okay, we want to represent all the numbers on this line, okay? So these numbers happen to be greater than, okay, now this is greater than or equal to -3, okay, greater than or equal to -3 going in this direction, but less than 7, okay? So that's what what we're trying to represent in this particular inequality. So it's kind of bounded by two numbers, right? -3 and 7. We don't want to go less than -3, and we don't want to go greater than 7. We want all the numbers that are less than or equal to -3 up to 7, okay? Now, I'm going to explain this more thoroughly here in a second, but this is an and statement. So let me say this one more time, not an or statement. We got to study these, and I have additional videos on, matter of fact, I've got a lot of videos on inequalities in my pre-algebra and algebra playlist on my YouTube channel, but let me just review this with you real quick so we can kind of get the sense of what's going on here. We want all the numbers greater than -3 and less than, at the same time, less than 7. So all the numbers greater than or equal to -3 and. Now, I like to kind of use this little mental trick. So you think about and, all right? I want you to think about the word hand. You're like, what are you talking about, Mr. Math Teacher? Well, look here, hand, all right? This is and, all right? This I'm saying and, all the numbers greater than -3 and up to 7, okay? So this is an and statement, okay? And a particular kind of compound inequality. Now, this hand, okay, I want you to think of this as a handlebar, okay, like on a bike. So this is my little depiction of a handlebar on a bike. Hopefully you guys don't get mad at my little artwork, but here's our little bicycle right here. I'm kind of looking at it forward, right? Here's my seat, and here's the handlebars right there. So this is, you think of this as a kind of handlebar. Now, when you're dealing with and statements, when you're talking about inequalities, their graphs always look like a handlebar. When you're dealing with an or statement, those graphs look this way, like the oars of a boat. So here's a little rowboat, and here's people at their little rows in the water. So or statements look like this. So if this graph was two arrows going in opposite directions, that would be an or statement. But if it's like one bar connected with these two circles like this, that's an and statement. Look, it looks like a handlebar, hand, right? So this is the way we say it. All numbers greater than or equal to -3 and less than 7. All right, so I know I kind of gave you a lot in the intro here, but these are some of the things that you need to know about inequalities. And there's other things as well, but what we want to do is just construct a nice algebraic inequality statement that represents this inequality. So we're going to get into that in just one second. But first, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John. I'm the founder of TabletClass Math. I'm going to leave a link to my math help program in the description of this video. I'm also a middle and high school math teacher, but basically I have 100+ different math courses ranging from pre-algebra to pre-calculus and everything in between. So if you're at the middle school, high school, or even college level in terms of mathematics, I can help you pass and excel in your math courses. if you're taking any exam that's going to have math on it. What I'm talking about is things like the GED, HiSET, TASC, ASVAB, Accuplacer, CLEP exam, GRE, GMAT, a teacher certification exam, nursing school entrance exam. You get the idea. I could help you prepare and pass those exams. If you homeschool, I have an outstanding homeschool math program. And if you don't have any math notes, you can use my math notes. I'm going to leave links to my math notes in the description of this video. But I've been teaching math for decades. I'm telling you right now, the secret to doing well in math is taking great math notes. This is very underappreciated by most math students. Most math students, they don't realize how important note-taking is. Just improve your notes. You can thank me later. Okay, so if you know how to do this, go ahead and put your answer into the comment section. Okay, you can use the little inequality symbols like this, and if you want to put an equal sign, you should be able to put that into the comment section. But again, this is not that difficult, and I've already kind of laid it out for you by just verbally telling you what's going on here. Okay, so again, and or statements. Let's go and take a look at the answer, then we'll talk about it. And this is the answer right here. This is how we would want to express, this is the inequality to this graph right there. Okay, so when you solve inequalities, when we have an inequality like so, you want to represent it graphically. Now, why do we want to represent this inequality right here graphically? Why would we want to do that? Well, because how many answers does this inequality have? How many solutions are there? How many numbers are there between -3, how many numbers are greater than or equal to -3 but less than 7? Okay, well, there happens to be an infinite amount of numbers. Okay, let's just kind of go through a few here, right? So -2, okay, is in this range, 0, 4, okay, and other infinite amount of numbers. So when you're dealing with an infinite amount of solutions, we like to kind of represent things graphically. So this is the graph to this inequality. But now let's get into how we express this. Okay, so what you want to do when you're graphing an inequality, matter of fact, I think an easy way to explain this is to reconstruct the graph. Okay, so let's say this was our problem. We wanted to put a graph to it. Of course, this is the answer. So what you want to do, okay, is we got our 2 points, -3 and 7. Just go ahead and go down -3 and 7 and put 2 circles just like so, okay? Now, we have to be able to read this, okay? This is all numbers x that are greater than or equal to -3 but less than 7. So this is the range of numbers. So just kind of pick a couple numbers just to make sure that they would be in this range. Like, okay, is 0 greater than or equal to -3 and less than 7? Yes, it is. So that's where 0 would be on the number line. So if you had any confusion on whether this was an and or statement, this is an and statement. Okay, so again, it's the way you say this. Okay, you got to know how to say this. All numbers x, okay, that x represents numbers, right? And you have to kind of read it in 2 ways. All numbers x that are greater than or equal to -3 and at the same time less than 7. All right, again, and statement. So you're thinking hand or handlebar on a bike. Okay, that kind of graph. So that's what we have. All right, so this is the kind of basic setup, but let's notice here, okay, we have a less than or equal to, and we have a less than. All right, so anytime you have less than or greater than, you're always going to have an open circle. If you have less than or equal to and a greater than or equal to, you go ahead and take that circle and you fill it in. Okay, so we're going to fill in at -3 because this is indicating that -3 is in fact that number itself is a solution. So we want all numbers that are greater than or equal to -3. Okay, in other words, we could write this way: -3. I'm sorry. All the numbers that are greater than or equal to. Okay, there's our x right here, and here's 7. We don't write inequalities this way typically. Like you could type them in. Like let's say in this comment section, you could do that if you don't have this particular symbol, but that's what it means, okay? So -3 is in fact a solution, whereas 7, the actual number 7, is not a solution. All numbers less than 7, so numbers like 6.999999999, you get the idea right up here. start where the solution's at. But as soon as you get to 7, 7 is not a solution to this inequality. So anyways, that's how you want to kind of build these inequality graphs. Again, you got to know the difference between and or. We're not going to take a look at an or problem in this particular video, although I've had videos on this. Again, the topic here we're dealing with is the broader topic, obviously, is inequalities. Okay, and how do you solve inequalities? Well, there's a lot of moving parts. Okay, so it's just kind of like some of the basics in terms of compound inequalities. Again, there are additional videos. If you like my teaching style, well, first of all, let's just get a couple things going here. First of all, if you like this little video, go ahead and smash that like button. That definitely helps me out. And if you want to learn more about inequalities, let me give you a couple recommendations. One, I have a ton of videos on my YouTube channel about inequalities in my pre-algebra and algebra playlist. Okay, and you can check those out. And of course, I teach I teach inequalities very thoroughly in all my algebra courses in my Math Help program. All right. Now, if you're new to my YouTube channel, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe? Okay, if you like my teaching style. I've been on YouTube for 10 plus years. I literally have well over 1,000 math videos, basic to advanced math. Okay, so if you like my teaching style, I try to teach it in a relaxed way. Okay, I try to explain things in a clear and understandable way. I try not to be overly technical, but I also want to leave you with a great math education. When I teach, I really want you to get to understand this stuff. But, we don't have to teach it like a boring textbook. We can kind of teach it in a relaxed way. So if you like my teaching style, then please take advantage of all the videos that I've done, which is a lot. Okay, again, basic math, all the way up to calculus. But my best math help will always be within my Math Help program. Okay, so with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.